You have always known Judas as a betrayer, the one who sold Jesus for 30 pieces of silver, the eternal villain of the Bible. But what if I tell you that this is a lie? What if Jesus himself chose Judas for a secret plan, a plan to dismantle religion as a system of control, to free humanity from the chains of priests, dogmas, and fear? And the Vatican has hidden this truth for 2,000 years. You have felt it deep inside, haven't you? That doubt when you read the Bible. That sense that the story of betrayal doesn't add up, something is wrong. Tonight you will not simply hear the Lost Gospel of Judas, you will feel its power, because your soul has been waiting for this. It has always known. You felt the emptiness every time you thought about faith. When religion feels like a heavy burden instead of freedom, that feeling is not your imagination. It is the echo of what was erased. By the end of this video, you will not only learn what was removed, you will reclaim it. You will understand why they could not allow it to remain. This is not ancient history. This is your memory. For 2,000 years, the Gospel of Judas was declared heresy, buried, destroyed. Billions were taught to hate Judas, to see him as the symbol of evil. But here is what almost no one knows. The version you were given was edited, cut, reshaped to serve the needs of a power-hungry institution. The early church did not preserve the teachings of Jesus. It curated them. It decided which Gospels you would read, which you would never see, which words were safe, and which were too revolutionary to survive. The Gospel of Judas was no exception. What you think of as betrayal was not betrayal. It was a divine mission. Jesus chose Judas because he was the strongest, the one who could bear the truth, the plan to destroy the false gods, the demiurges, the systems that keep you small. And for 2,000 years you have prayed to the shadow of the real message. The question is not whether this happened. The question is what Jesus truly said to Judas and why it terrified them. Let's return to the beginning. In 1945, in the sands of Nag Hammadi, Egypt, farmers discovered ancient texts, hidden for more than 16 centuries, buried by monks who knew the church would come to burn them. Among them were Gospels that are not in the Bible, and one stood out, the Gospel of Judas. Not the traitor's tale, you know, a revelation. In it, Jesus speaks to Judas alone, reveals secrets he did not give to the others. You will exceed them all, Jesus says, for you will sacrifice the man who clothes me, not betrayal, liberation. Jesus wanted Judas to hand him over, to shatter the illusion of the physical world, to show that the true God is not in temples or rituals. He is within you, the spark of the divine, untouched by death or dogmas. But the church could not allow that, because if you knew Judas was the hero, you would question everything, the hierarchy, the sacraments, the control. So they condemned the gospel, called it Gnostic heresy, locked it away. Pause for a moment. Close your eyes. Do you feel that inner call, that whisper that religion has always felt strange? That is the truth awakening. The Gospel of Judas is not just words, it is a map to awakening. Jesus teaches Judas about the cosmos, about the false creator God who made this flawed world, about the archons who rule through fear and illusion, and about the true God, beyond, within every soul. All the generations of the people in your kingdom will dissolve, Jesus says. The old system will fall. Religious empires will collapse. Through the act of Judas, humanity will see the light, will become free. Now imagine the panic in the early church. When Christianity became the religion of Rome, Constantine's instrument, they needed structure, bishops, rules, not freedom, not the idea that you are divine without them. So they edited, burned, rewrote Judas as the devil, and for 2,000 years you lived in that shadow. But now the light returns, not because I am telling you, but because your soul remembers. You felt the absence every time faith seemed empty, every time prayers echoed without an answer. That was the plan working, the secret unfolding. And today you are stepping into it. But here is the mystery. Even though the gospel was buried, it did not die. It could not. Because the teaching was not in ink, it was in spirit, in the living transmission from master to seeker, in caves and deserts where the fire burned. The Gnostics knew. Those early Christians who fled the institution, they preserved the truth. Judas is not evil. He is enlightened, the one who understood. The rest of humanity will be ruled by death, Jesus says, but not you, Judas. You see further. You help end the cycle. In the gospel, Jesus laughs at the stars, fate, the false gods. Come, he says to Judas, so that I may teach you the secrets no one has ever seen. Secrets of the aeons, the luminous realms, the path out of the material trap. And Judas listens, asks, learns, while the other disciples sleep in confusion. Peter denies. But Judas acts. This flips everything. Betrayal becomes salvation. The kiss, a sign of love, not treachery. The 30 pieces of silver, a symbol, not greed. The church twisted it to keep you afraid, dependent. Do you feel the shift, the rising excitement? You are close. The secret is almost yours. Now let's decode it, not as theology but as technology. Jesus tells Judas, lift up your eyes and look at the cloud and the light within it. See the vision, the inner light. Not metaphor, instruction. The Gnostics meditated, saw beyond the body, recognized the spark, the immortal self, trapped in flesh, but free in spirit. Gnosis, knowledge that saves, not belief, experience. And Judas's role? To trigger the revelation. By sacrificing the body, Jesus shows death is nothing. The spirit rises. The old religion dies. A new awakening begins. But instead an institution rose. Councils like Nicaea. They chose 4 gospels, buried the rest, made Judas the scapegoat, to unify power, to control the story. Imagine if they had not, if the Gospel of Judas were canon. You would see Jesus as the rebel, ending religion, beginning something personal, direct, divine. No middleman, no fear, just you and the light. Too powerful, too dangerous. So they hid it, locked it in Vatican vaults, denied its existence until the discovery, until now. Pause again, breathe deeper. Do you feel the warmth? That is the spark Jesus spoke of. It has always been there, waiting. The teaching survived. Not in books, in you. The gospel ends with Judas handing Jesus over. No regret, no suicide. That was the church's addition, to make him tragic, evil. But in truth, he ascends, becomes a star. Literally. Jesus says, your star has led you, leading to enlightenment. Dramatic, isn't it? Betrayal turned triumph, villain turned savior. It shakes foundations, makes you question, reflect. What if my faith rests on a lie? What if the real Jesus was a revolutionary, ending religion to start something pure, personal, powerful? Stay. The best is ahead. The emotions rise. Anger, awe, peace. Because this means you can too. No guilt, no fear, only light. But why hide it? Power. The church built empires, cathedrals, armies. If Jesus planned the end of religion, then what? No donations, no control, no hell, only direct connection to the divine within. They could not risk it. So they darkened Judas, turned him into the symbol of sin, locked the gospel away, but now it has surfaced, and you are part of this. Do you feel the emotion? This is remembrance. If this touched you, show it. Like. Comment, Judas. Share with someone who needs it. Not for me. For the light. Want deeper? Sacred scrolls below. Forgotten teachings waiting for you. Join the group. Seekers like you. Remembering together. Walk in the light. The plan unfolds in you.